the steps. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. The meeting is recorded and on video. New business, approval of the July 26 minutes.
Move to approve. I will second that.
Any comments or changes? Hearing none, all in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion's approved. There will not be a fiscal report today. We will have the next fiscal report at our next public meeting. Next item of business, notice of intended use of the 2016 CDBG funds. We have Lori here with us today. Lori, would you care to
I would love to.
inform us how the notice is?
Much to my shock, one of the projects that I submitted for 2016 funding, which we still don't have a contract for, was the handicap accessibility to the Fifth Street entrance of the courthouse. I thought it was a no-brainer, but DCED presented a document that I had never seen before that said you cannot repair or fix mistakes of a handicap accessible building area with CDBG funds. Even though CDBG funds did not do it in the beginning, they won't fix shoddy work. I suppose if it was worn down and cracked or whatever, they might repair that. Mm-hmm. But no. So, everyone was more shocked than I was. So it's still a high priority. We had talked about using C-Corp money perhaps for that. But we had allocated $19,000 to that, and that's off the board. So the easiest thing to do was just to add it to the single-family rehab program that we're going to start up in Youngsville Borough. We didn't have much, we only had 71,000, something in that neighborhood for that, which isn't much money to do much. So if we added to that, that would give that 96,000, help to make a little bit more difference in Youngsville Borough. We don't need a resolution or anything, just had to be mentioned publicly.
All right. Thank you, Lori. Do I have a motion to approve the moving of the funds of $19,000 to the single-family housing rehabilitation in Youngsville Borough?
I will make that motion.
Did you want to make a motion or just, okay?
I don't need to, that's fine.
Might as well.
More's better.
Yes. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Resolution 3088, Trails at Jake's Rocks, Phase 3 grant application. Warren County desires to undertake the following project, Trails at Jake's Rocks, Phase 3. And the applicant desires to apply to the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for a grant for the purpose of carrying out this project. And the application package includes a document entitled Terms and Conditions of Grant and the document entitled Signature Page for Grant Application and Grant Agreement. And whereas the applicant understands that the contents of the document entitled Terms and Condition of Grant, including appendices referred to therein, will become the terms and condition of a grant agreement between the applicant and the department if the applicant is awarded a grant. And whereas the applicant understands that by signing the signature page for grant application and grant agreement and submitting it to the department as part of the grant application, the applicant agrees to the terms and conditions of the grant and will be bound by the grant agreement if the department awards a grant. Now therefore, it is resolved that the signature page for grant application and grant agreement may be signed on behalf of the applicant by the official who, at the time of signing, has the title of Commissioner Chair. If this official signed the signature page for grant application and grant agreement prior to the passage of this resolution, this grant of authority applies retroactively to the date of signing. If the applicant is awarded a grant, the signature page for grant application and grant agreement signed by the above official will become the applicant grantee's executed signature page for the grant agreement, and the applicant grantee will be bound by the grant agreement. Any amendment to the grant agreement may be signed on behalf of the grantee by the official who, at the time of signing of the amendment, has the title specified in paragraph 1, and the grantee will be bound by the amendment. I hereby certify that this resolution will be adopted by the Warren County Commissioners this 10th day of August. Do I have a motion to approve or adopt this resolution?
So moved. I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Just to be clear, what's happening here is the Warren County Development Authority is trying to apply for a grant in order to, from the agency in order to work on the trails at Jake's Rocks. The agency would prefer that it run through the county or local municipal authority. So the WCDA approached us asking if we would run it through the county.
And this is more of a formality than anything else.
Yeah, the project's not changing by any means. It's not something that we're going to be covering any match to or anything like that. It's purely flow the money through the government.
Facilitating the grant process is what the county's responsibility is in this regard to continue on the Jake's Rocks trails. So all in favor, please state aye. Aye. Motion carries. 2017 Homeland Security Grant Program Grant Agreement for the period of September 1st, 2017 to August 1st, 2020. This is, I believe, the Homeland Security Grant for 911 and Emergency Management Agency. And we have the dates in front of us. Please sign the grant agreement and complete attachment C. Looks as though this is a grant that we have had in the past, and we need to sign this to go forward. Do I have a motion to approve the Homeland Security Grant Program Agreement?
So moved. Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Children and Youth, for fiscal year 2018-19, Children and Youth Needs-Based Plan. Mary's not here, our Director of Human Services, to elaborate on this. I'm assuming it's their need-based plan, obviously, for the fiscal years as stated.
It has been out for public review. I had thought she would be here because she said it needs signed and approved.
She brought it up. She brought
Yeah.
it up at multiple meetings. So
She has.
this is not out of the blue.
Yeah, well, I mean, my assumption is that with the change in date and time, that it's probably thrown everybody for a loop, and that's why she's not here. But yeah, we've had it down at the office.
Here's program challenges here, program highlights, goals for 2018 and 19. If anyone would care to review these, as my fellow commissioners have stated, it's been out for review for some time. But if anybody would like to see these, please let us know. They're here and available.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the needs-based plan as presented for the fiscal years 2016-17 and 2018-19.
Second.
And there were just a couple of things that I wanted to call attention to, and then there's a couple of things that I'll end up following up with Meredith on, just as far as questions go, just with kind of details related to the programs that they're implementing, just because I'd like more information. A couple of highlights. I found it concerning that there is information here that relates to children being born under the age of, or being born with the chemical dependency issues, and parents with chemical dependency issues, or I don't know what the best term is I've got too much stuff going on in my brain. Anyway, there's been an increase, a pretty dramatic increase in the past 2 years in the number of children being born with substance use disorder or signs of having chemical dependency, and then also placements and interventions as it relates to parents with substance use disorder. And I think that's a very concerning predicament for the county, just because, you know, the more prevalent that is in the community, the more placements there are going to be the greater the cost there's going to be, and then also the cost to the families themselves is increased. So I think it's something that we need to monitor and maybe have a longer conversation about, you know, as far as these plans going forward and how we can address those issues through children and youth. They do have elements in the plan to address that. I think it would be good to follow up with them and to monitor that pretty closely. That's all I have.
It looks like there's a significant increase, as you said, 149% increase in the number of referrals which has gone up from 35 for parental substance abuse in 2015-16 to 87 in this last year. Yes, as you said, that's quite a significant increase. All in favor of adopting this needs-based plan, please state aye.
Aye.
Judy Oliva is here, our fiscal director. Judy, would you like to cover the fiscal report now, please?
Sure. General fund balance, $794,843.20. Erie Bank General Fund, $529,756.85, for a total of $1,324,605. Payments coming out of the general fund this week, we have a healthcare payment of $83,297.92, and that is all healthcare. There's no stop loss payment in that. And I just have an estimate for accounts payable with Angela on vacation. We're still sitting there going through the invoices. So I hope I threw in a high estimate of $170,000, but I really at this point don't have too much of a feel for it. So going on that estimate, it would leave us a balance of $541,545.82 in the general fund. And we did take another draw from the TAN last week, which does put us up to $3,500,000 now in the TAN for this year.
Judy, the 83,279 for healthcare, does that, how many weeks does that represent, or is that a single week?
That's a week.
Well, that would be an uptick, right, from the 60.
I think we were at 8 something last week too. I know.
Super.
Yes. Poison Ivy will do that.
I wish it was.
I think it's a little more.
I think there's a lot of competition in the poison ivy medicine market.
So Judy, we're getting close to the $500,000 mark here for net funds available. Do you anticipate needing to draw on the can soon?
Can I say I hope not?
Okay.
You know, next week's payroll is another $260,000, so I don't know what the treasurer is expecting in the way of grants or anything else that may come in here. Yeah.
I believe tax payments come in September, October.
They normally do not hit us until the 15th of October because they don't close until the end of September. I have questioned the treasurer about that to see. There are some people who like to pay theirs as soon as they get them, and I don't know if we have a practice of bringing that in any sooner or if it always until that September 30th date.
Mhm.
For Act 72, it actually states otherwise, but I don't know if that's been the practice we followed.
Right.
And I don't know even if we did bring it in August or September for anything paid in July or August that would bring in that much money.
Our TAN limit is 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be okay until that gets in here, yes.
All right. Moving on. Citizens' comments, concerns, anyone?
Did we?
Oh.
I'll move to approve it.
Okay.
Also, again,
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Citizens' comments and concerns. Employee comments and concerns. We have the paper here.
Josh can write his comments and concerns.
All right, hearing nothing further, do I have a motion for
So
adjournment?
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.